So I've been playing on edit on release for over 5 years now, and I think it's finally time I change that. For the next 7 days, I'm going to turn edit on release off to see if it's worth switching to in 2025. And at the end of the 7 days, I'm going to be telling you whether or not it's worth to switch to edit on release off. But before we start, let me tell you the pros and cons of edit on release off. Let's start with the pros. This one is widely known, but edit on release off gives you so much more control over your crosshair placement because you don't have to hold your edit down. This leads to pro number 2, which is that edit on release gives you the opportunity to slow down and make sure you're in the perfect spot for a good angle and shot. Now onto the cons. Having edit on release off means you have to confirm your edits, which makes your edit speed drastically slower. Con number 2 is that when you try switching edit on release off, it takes way more time to get used to than having edit on release on. But that's all I could think of for the bad side of edit on release off, since it really has more pros than it does cons. Now starting off day 1, I hopped into creative to practice basic free building and things like double edits. Even though double edits are super basic, it still took me a while to get the timings down of confirming my edits and being able to complete the second edit. So I pretty much spent the entirety of day 1 practicing simple things like double editing and wall edits to get more consistent with my confirmed timings. And even though it was just day 1, I was seeing so much improvement and I couldn't be more excited to start day 2. Day 2. The goal for day 2 is getting more consistent and challenging myself with more complex edits and free builds. This will speed the process of my improvement up by a lot because I'm forcing myself to step outside of my comfort zone of basic double edits. So I played some practice maps and spent around an hour just going through the various edit challenges they have, and I can confidently say I'm improving at a really good pace. But I think it's finally time I start playing against some real people. Day 3. So for day 3, I hopped into my zero delay 1v1 map and put these newfound skills to the test. Also, before getting on today, I had got my PC tweaked by New World Tweak, so I'm excited to see how much better my timings are with less delay. But before getting into these 1v1s, I already knew my mechanics would be outmatched by almost everyone I played against. Luckily, the upside of edit on release off is how strategic you can play with it. So I used this to my advantage and quickly the round started going in my favor. I played these 1v1s for about an hour, and towards the end I felt on top of the world. I even hit this nice clip. Oh. Yeah, these tweaks got me moving. Day 4. Now day 4 is here and I think I'm ready to leave creative and test my skills in some real games. So I hopped in an Unreal Ranked Reload to have constant action and really put myself to the test. Day 5. It's day 5, and as I was getting on today, I was planning on a normal warm-up routine into another day of ranked, but today was different. As I was getting on, my YouTuber friend Nero challenged me to a 1v1.
Yo, bro, I just got my PC tweaked. I want to try him out on you. You down to 1v1?
Knowing this was going to be my biggest challenge yet kind of scared me, but I knew if I dodged, I would never be able to live it down. So we hopped into a zone wars and got right into it. Day 6. Day 6 is here and I have one more day before the week is over. So today is going to be a normal day with basic warm-up and Raiders map, some PGs in my 0 to late 1v1 map, and then some reload. Day 7. It's finally the last day of the challenge and it's time to decide whether or not switching was worth it. Let's start with some of the benefits I saw. First of all, the angles I took and fighting in general just seemed to improve a lot for me. While having edit on release off, I don't constantly go into that clip player mentality. I play a lot smarter and take better angles. Also, another underrated thing was when I played with friends on NA Central and my ping was a little bit higher than it is on East, it wasn't nearly as bad since confirming your own edits kind of removes the delay from the high ping. But now for the cons. I think overall it just wasn't fun to play on. In creative, it was so hard to compete because I moved so much slower than before and I couldn't move as fast as I wanted. Another factor about the slowness is that sometimes you literally miss opportunities to piece people because it takes so long to make edits. This also makes you so much more predictable. So for my final thoughts on this, I think if you want to try edit on release all for yourself, it is definitely worth it, but only if you do it for a longer period of time. This will give you way more control over it and better timing, which in the long run will make you faster on it, which is the biggest downside of it. But if you're not sure about it and you're already really good with edit on release, then I don't think it's worth it. And that's all for this video. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like and let me know what you think about edit on release in the comments. And if you need a 1v1 map to play, make sure to check this one out on screen.